Anthony Scaramucci is a lawyer, a Wall Street investor, and now an advisor to President-elect Donald Trump. Sorry, it's still really hard for me to say that out loud. It's weird. Scaramucci is on Trump's financial committee, and he's also on the transition team executive committee. He went on CNN this week and just casually mentioned to millions of people that the Earth is less than 6,000 years old. What's most remarkable about this isn't that this is a man who is advising the future president of the United States, and he has somehow managed to misjudge the age of the Earth by about 4.5 billion years. Nor is the most remarkable thing about this the fact that this probably means that an advisor to the president is a young Earth creationist who must believe that dinosaur fossils were put in the ground by Satan himself to fool us, and that if people came from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? No, all of that is remarkable and terrifying, but the most remarkable thing about this is that wasn't even the dumbest thing Scaramucci said in that same TV appearance, and so it didn't even make any headlines. It was just as casually mentioned in articles about it as Scaramucci was casual in mentioning it on the show. In the interview with CNN's Chris Cuomo, Scaramucci was attempting to defend the Trump administration's request for the names of any researchers in the Department of Energy who worked on climate change research. If you'll recall, the man who is about to be president of the United States believes that climate change is a hoax invented by the Chinese. Cuomo deserves mega kudos for cutting off Scaramucci when he mentioned that there are scientists out there who don't believe in global warming. Cuomo rightfully pointed out that the overwhelming scientific consensus is that global warming is real, it is happening, and it is most likely caused by humans. And Cuomo also points out that that fact needs to be stated whenever anyone tries to state otherwise. That is exactly the kind of fact-checking, real-time fact-checking that the mainstream media needs to do more of. So well done to Cuomo. This drove Scaramucci to compare the consensus on global warming to two ideas, which have been misreported in the media as theories. One is the idea that the Earth is flat, and the other is the idea that the Earth is the center of the universe. At least, I assume that's what Scaramucci meant when he said, and I quote, "There was an overwhelming science that we were the center of the world," which, to be fair, may be referring to a theory that the world revolves around investment bankers with more money than education, but who knows. The idea that the Earth is flat was never a scientific theory. We need to be rid of this idea. Humans have known that the Earth isn't flat since before the scientific method was even formalized. Because unlike Scaramucci, humans in general are actually quite clever, and they could see ships disappearing over horizons. Hell, 2,200 years ago, humans had already figured out the approximate size of the planet just by looking at shadows, the angles of shadows in two different cities on the solstice. The idea that the Earth was flat wasn't even a scientific theory. It was basically religious mythology. So get out of here with that sometimes 99% of all scientists are wrong bullshit, Scaramucci. As for geocentrism, yeah, that was the overwhelming assumption amongst humanity for an understandably long period of time until the scientific method was formalized and astronomers started actively debating it. And then there were several different proposed theories. The Tychonic model, the Ptolemaic model, and yes, the Copernican heliocentric model. And through a lot of debate and a lot of discussion and employment of the scientific method, yes, heliocentrism won the day, scientifically. The number one threat to heliocentrism being accepted wasn't other scientists, as Scaramucci seems to indicate. In fact, the number one threat was ignorant, anti-science, religiously motivated bigots, just like the major challengers to climate change today. Just to be clear, all of this should absolutely scare the shit out of you. Trump is threatening to remove funding for studying climate change, the single greatest threat that mankind currently faces. And scientists are rushing to actually copy all of their data in case a crackdown is imminent. Clinton wasn't coming for your guns, but Trump is coming for your brains.